Ladies and gentlemen, today we have with us a global comedy powerhouse, a man who can turn existential crises into punchlines and awkward truths into standing ovations. He's performed across continents, roasted cultures with equal opportunity, and made history as the first Indian to host the prestigious International Emmy Awards in 2024. Currently, he's touring the US with his new show, Mindful, across the United States, tackling everything from life, politics, and our collective absurdity. Please welcome the brilliant and effortlessly mischievous Veer Das.
Hello,
Welcome.
that is hands down the most flattering introduction I've received is in a while. Please,
Thank you.
please send it to my wife so she can also feel the same way about me as your wonderful organization does. It's very flattering. Thank you. Very kind.
My pleasure. Okay, so let's start with your tour. Your new
Okay.
tour, Mindful, is making waves across the US. Can we get a sneak peek? How much of the show is about the usual suspects, Trump, tariffs, and Musk? And more importantly, which one of them is the easiest to turn into a joke?
I think you have enough Trump on your TV and you have enough Musk on your TV, and hopefully when you come and see me, you're looking for an escape from both of those things.
Wow.
And so, at some level, I think this sort of, Trump being your president and Elon Musk being your prime minister, I think that's the joke in itself. So you don't need comedians to kind of talk about it. No, this will be a silly show where I will make fun of myself more than I make fun of anybody else, and hopefully that will make you feel better about who you are. The show is about not really knowing how to be an adult and being an absolute idiot, and maybe there is this class on adulting that I have missed. And I feel like a lot of people my age in their 40s are also just children who are pretending to be adults, pretending to have their stuff together. And I think that's the central theme of the show, which might be very close to Trump if you think about it, just a child pretending to have his stuff together.
Between India's chaotic democracy and America's political circus, which country do you think is ahead in the comedy game right now? And should we as a civilization be worried?
I think as a civilization, we need to always be worried. No matter what's happening in India or America, we need to be worried. I don't think it's a contest between India and America. I think America has had a big head start. But I think that India is rounding a moment around the corner very soon where we're going to be an undeniable power in the world. And I hope we get certain things together very fast, because that moment is coming much faster than it did for America. I think it took America many, many years to become, this global powerhouse. And we're kind of doing it in 20% of the time that America had to do it. So that comes with bigger problems, but we need to get our stuff together really quick because all eyes are on India right now.
You've lived in so many places but never owned a home. In a world where everyone is obsessed with settling down, are you the ultimate free spirit or just dodging property tax?
Madam, I am debt free. And how many people my age get to say that? So I'm very happy. I'm not dodging taxes at all. I pay my taxes. I'm very happy to pay my taxes. I think it takes you a while to accept that, okay, this is what my life has been. So, I was born in Dehradun, but taken to Africa. Then from Africa, I was sent to boarding school in Simla. From boarding school in Simla, I was sent to public school in Noida. From Noida, I was sent to Galesburg, Illinois. From Galesburg, Illinois to Alabama. From Alabama to Mumbai. And from Mumbai, now back to touring the world. So it would be dishonest for me to do a show and pretend like I'm not a global citizen, because that's the only life experience I have. So I think at some point, maybe 5-10 years ago, I was like, okay, हूँ तो हूँ, और है तो है, और कहीं का नहीं हूँ तो कहीं का नहीं हूँ, और सब जगह का हूँ तो सब जगह का हूँ. And I think that's the show.
So where do you feel most settled in? Is it like safe to say in a hotel room?
I have a beautiful, wonderful wife and 2 dogs, and if you put them on the bed with me, I don't think it matters where the bed is,
Great. Your I Come From Two Indias monologue created waves and controversy. If you had to update that with the I come from two Americas, what would that sound like?
There are not two Americas. There are 95 different Americas. We are a young country, so there are still two Indias. But I don't come from any of these Americas really. I think that's the point. Is I get to come in as an outsider with an agenda of freedom and maybe show you America with more freedom than a local American comic does. You know, I feel like comedy in America is very rooted in identity and ideology. And sometimes it just takes somebody who's not from here saying, listen, I have no dog in any race. I just showed up. And here's what I see. And maybe because you are so in it, you can't see what I see. So sometimes I feel like I have more freedom than the average American comedian.
You've observed Mumbai as a melting pot and Delhi as a collection of distinct communities. If you had to compare US cities to Indian cities, would New York be Mumbai? Would Texas be Punjab? And who wins in an auntie showdown, Punjabi Bagh aunties or Manhattan Upper East Side moms?
Manhattan Upper East Side moms, because they have fought, murderers on the subway and psychotic pigeons who attack you in New York and Trump and this and that. But I think Mumbai is New York, Delhi is DC. I feel like DC has very like Delhi energy. I think maybe Austin is like your Bengaluru. You know, it's got its own kind of weird art scene, and it's slightly fringe but slightly mainstream as well. And then I think Los Angeles is I don't know what Los Angeles is. I don't like Los Angeles very much, to be very
Really?
honest with you. Yeah, I just don't.
Okay. Do you have any shows in Los Angeles?
I'm in Los Angeles. This hotel
Yeah.
room is Los Angeles only,
Right.
but I find that it's not very real. You know, I'm from Mumbai. It's a very real city. We tell you what we think. We tell you what we feel. Los Angeles, mein everybody loves everything and everybody's happy. I love that. I love this. Like, itna love to dunya mein hai nahi. Please be honest.
They don't love Trump.
In Los Angeles,
Most of the Hollywood doesn't.
I don't think you love a politician. I think if you start to love a politician, you're in some serious trouble. You should vote for a politician, observe a politician, and hold them accountable. The minute you start to love them or worship them or idolize them, there are better people to love than politicians.
Well said. Elon Musk wants to take us to Mars. India just landed on the moon. You are on tour across America. Who's got the better long-term strategy?
What a connection from Mars to. I think Elon Musk should take everybody to Mars so that property prices on Earth drop and we can buy nice Manhattan and London apartments. So please take all the white people to Mars. Please go colonize Mars, but just leave the Upper West Side and the Village and Carnaby Street to us.
Okay. You've said comedy comes from confusion between AI taking over jobs, billionaires deciding elections, and Bollywood remaking movies from the 90s. Do you think the world is getting funnier or scarier?
Both. I think as the scarier it gets, the funnier it's going to be. That's where comedy comes from. 99% of comedians are bullied in high school, outcasts, who are losers who start telling jokes out of fear. So I think the scarier the world gets, the funnier it's definitely going to get.
Where did you learn comedy from? Like, who inspired you? Was it something at home or your neighbors, your school?
Vodka and rejection from the people that I love.
Oh.
Two great influences for stand-up.
Do you remember any joke from your childhood that you think should retire, but it always makes you laugh?
I think I'm the joke from my childhood who needs to retire, but hopefully still makes you laugh. But unfortunately, what I always tell people in interviews is if you want jokes, you got to buy a ticket. You got to pay to come see me. My comedy isn't free.
Okay. If you could invite any world leader to a comedy show, past or present, who would you want to sit in the front row? And which joke would you absolutely not tell?
I would invite Vladimir Putin and just see if I could make him laugh. Because
Do you know Russian?
I don't know Russian. No, not at all. But I have a sneaky suspicion Putin knows very good English and pretends not to. So I would try to make him laugh just for bragging rights. I made Putin laugh.
What's the deal with the blue door you used to carry to your shows?
I had a show called Veerdas for India, which was about sitting at your doorstep and telling people about India. So I was on tour in Jaipur and I found this perfect color blue door and we just bought it and took it with us.
Do you still have it in your house in Mumbai?
I do. I haven't put it up yet, but it's in storage. And I think when I buy a house finally, I will put it there.
Are you planning to buy a house finally?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm always in my mind. I'm 1 foot away from poverty and bankruptcy at all times. So
Okay.
rather just keep my money.
Finally, in a world of deep fakes, misinformation, and billion-dollar Twitter meltdowns, what's the one thing comedy can still do that reality cannot?
It can change the first thing you think of when you face reality. It's not meant to change your perception of things, but if we can talk about Trump, or we can talk about war, or we can talk about horrible things in the world, and I said something really stupid, and the next time you're on the subway and you see a horrible thing and you think of something really stupid, I've done my job. And that's really all comedy is. It just changes a mental map a very little bit.
When does it become to joke about anything after a tragedy, say 9/11 or demonetization or COVID?
I think you have to start telling the joke, and as long as it doesn't get a laugh, it's too soon. And then the minute it gets a laugh, it's not too soon. So, but you have to tell the joke either way.
How do you prepare your sets? Like, what is the inspiration? Because you're always traveling, looking for isolated places to write your stuff. Do you see comedy in everything or tragedy, which you turn into comedy?
I write about life, so I try and do as many things as I can on a daily basis, and then hopefully that winds its way into my stand-up. But no, there's no set process. I just try and write a little bit every day.
About?
Anything. And then maybe I'll write about this interview when I'm done.
Wow. Okay, so do you want to talk about your show dates and what people should expect when they come and watch your show?
On the 12th of April, I'm going to be at the State Theatre in New Jersey. So please come out. It'll be a room full of Americans and Indians, and I'll hopefully make myself seem like such a fool that you will laugh at your life a fair amount. So please come out.
Definitely. Veer, this has been an absolute blast. Best of luck with the rest of
Thank
your
you.
Mindful tour. Thank you for joining us on ITV Gold.
Thanks, guys.